All right, let's talk about TopStep's latest changes to their payout policy. There's been two big ones that have happened in just the last couple of days, and I think a lot of people are confused about at least one of them, and it's really not all that confusing. So let's just talk about it for a few minutes. The first change was dealing with consecutive payouts. So you've passed a combine, you are now in a express funded account. So this is not the live account, this is a funded account with TopStep. Let's say you have a 50K account. Well, in order to receive the max payout that you can take, which is $5,000 and up to 50% of your account, then you would need to make $1,000 a day for 5 days straight. Now, it doesn't have to be straight. Let's back up. You just need 5 green days. So you could have this spread out over a month. It doesn't matter. But once you have 5 days of over $150 in profit, and we're just going to, for the sake of this illustration, assume that you had 5 just straight days in a row where you made $1,000. So you are now up $5,000 in your account. You're ready to take a payout. So you go request a payout. You say, I want the max, which is in your case, $2,500, because you can only take up to 50% of your balance. So you take that payout. Then the next day you start trading. You get another 5 green days, but let's just say you had a day or two in between where you lost a decent amount of money. So you only made $150 on your green days and you lost $1,000 on 2 red days. You would now be below the balance that you had after your last payout. So you had $2,500 in your account. You had a couple of days of $150, so it went up a little bit, but then you lost $2,000. So you're now underneath where you need to be. And so when you go to request your payout, you won't be able to, because your account balance has to be at $2,500 and 1 penny or more by the time you request that payout. Okay. So as long as you have the 5 green days and your account balance is more than it was after you took your last payout, then you're good to go. If it's not, you just have to trade some more days until you get your account balance back up over that amount. So as soon as you get to 2,500 and 3 pennies, it doesn't matter, you could now take a payout of up to 50%, so it'd be $1,250 that you could take. And then that's totally fine. All right, so the second thing that they've recently changed is they added another payout plan option. The standard is what we just talked about, that you need 5 green days of $150 or more. They don't have to be consecutive. And then you can request a payout. And if it's more than your first payout on this account, then you have to have at least a positive balance, okay? The second now payout plan that is an option, once you pass your combine, you will be faced with an option. Do you want the standard, which is 5 green days, or do you want this new one, which is 3 trading days, which they did not say they have to be green days, although you can assume if you need to take a withdrawal, you're going to have money there, which means you had to have had some green days. But the big change is it has a consistency rule of 40%. So your test was a 50% consistency rule, and this express funded account would be 40%. So what that means and who this is for is really for somebody who's just super consistent, like you go after the same dollar amount every single day. Well, now you have the opportunity, if you want to get paid every 3 days instead of waiting every 5 green days, which could end up being, 10 days from now, right? Because you could have some red days in between. And in this case, it doesn't matter as long as when you get 3 trading days in, there is no one day that is more than 40% of your total balance. And as long as it's not the case, then you can go ahead and take that payout as well. And then I'm assuming, it hasn't been necessarily stated, but I can only assume that a consecutive payout then follows the same rule, is you would need a positive balance when you go to take your second payout. So I don't know how I feel about this new one. I guess, again, if you were extremely consistent and you're able to make, let's say you could easily and very consistently make $2,000 a day. Well, if you wanted to take a bigger max payout, because in this new version, the max is now $6,000 instead of $5,000. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. let's say you decided to trade for 6 days straight and you were amazing and you made $2,000 every day. Okay. Well, now you have $12,000 in your account and you can take a max of 50% payout and a max of 6,000. So you can get 6,000 in 6 days. Or if you were on the other plan, you would have been limited to 5,000. So you gained an extra $1,000 there. I think I personally prefer the no consistency rule because I would rather be able to trade like normal. And let's say one day you just happen to catch a really big runner that's just shooting up, going to the moon, and you made $6,000 on that. Well, if you were in the new plan, you would have to trade for a lot of days to make sure that 6,000 wasn't 40% or more, or you would have to somehow make almost $6,000 a day for 3 days. And I know that that's not always the case. So again, that plan is really just for people who know that they're going to be extremely consistent. It's the only way that they trade. They don't let trades run. They just aim for a dollar amount. Maybe it's 500, maybe it's 200, maybe it's 1,000, and they know they're going to hit it, and they pretty much hit it every day. They may have a losing day here and there, but for the most part, every time they go out and trade, they are looking for the same amount of profit every time. And I've been there and I've tried that and done that, but there's also been other times where I found new strategies to try and let trades run and had really good days. And this would have kept you from getting a payout for quite a while because of the consistency rule. So anyways, that's it in a nutshell. There's now 2 options for getting payouts once you're into a funded account and you choose it once you pass your combine. And then there is now also a positive balance rule for all payouts when you get to your second or further payout. Once you've had one payout on a single account and you go to the second one, your account balance must be in the positive from where it was after your last payout. Let me know what you think about these 2 rules in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.